On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we're going to talk about some microphones that you can pick up for low prices and get good audio. Or maybe not. We're going to find out. And this episode is made possible by our good friends at, Movo, who makes a lot of microphones, and we will talk a little bit about them as well. So get ready for that and a lot of other action. But if you want to check out some of the microphones at Movo, head on over right now to raiselinks.com/Movo to see what they got for you, because they got a lot. And with that, let's hit the music.
He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.
And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray, the video guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. I got a Movo story for you, and the customer service was good, but I ordered the LV1. It's like the one with the really long cord, and you put the battery in it, and it's got a little, I guess that's an amplifier or something.
5 of them within 3 feet of me.
And I plugged it into my phone using the adapter that's worked for every other Movo mic I've got. I've got I think it's called DOM1, DOM1. It's got a cord that's maybe a foot long. It's a lapel mic, 18 inches long, I think. And then I've got the double shotgun mic, and that adapter worked for both. It won't work for the LV1. And so I kind of went back and forth with them, and I said, well, here's what I got. Here's what I'm using. The Ray, the video guy, told me what adapter to get, all that kind of stuff.
Who?
And they finally said, oh, we'll just give you a refund. And I said, oh, well, okay. It was $20, no big deal. And I said, do you want me to send the microphone back? No, we already gave you the refund.
Well, there you go.
So I'm not unhappy.
I wonder why the adapter was a USB-C adapter, I assume?
USB-C adapter. And they asked me, well, what kind of adapter is it? And it wasn't USB-C. It was like a bunch of USB bum, 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 or USB bing, 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 bing. And I said, I don't know. I ordered it a couple of years ago. I don't even have the receipt anymore. And so, okay, well, we'll just refund the money. So I really wanted to use that because, 18 feet makes a little easier to do field recording. And I don't know, maybe I'll need to get a wireless or something.
Just be careful of that too, because I thought that, and we're going to solve this issue today with the things we talk about, but I thought that as well until Adam tripped on the wire and ripped it out of the, thing. And,
yeah. I can see that happening. So, okay. So some news you can use. We'll get through this quickly.
Boy.
Google is hiding search data from advertisers and profiting.
What?
Did you know that 20 to 80% of the search term data in Google Ads is hidden?
That does not surprise me even a slight bit.
And they've got a spreadsheet in there that proves it. So I'll put these links in the show notes.
They've been accused of hiding data like that for ages. Now, the biggest culprit was always for these smaller guys that are doing smaller things, and they'll look up a term and it'll be like, oh yeah, there's no search data, because they want you to spend more money on bigger terms. And we all know. I'm like, you're telling me there's 0 people searching the term dentist in Loganville, not even one person, that kind of thing. So
Right.
They've always kind of had that reputation of hiding data, usually to make you spend more money, but who knows?
Well, they ran a bunch of tests and then plugged it into a spreadsheet. So that'll be in this article link in the show notes. I may not be able to get to the show notes and producing the audio podcast until Sunday or Monday, because I gotta head out to Kansas City today. Okay, here's an interesting one. Will Chat GPT be the new Google, the future of search and information retrieval?
That has been speculated for a while now.
Yeah, traditional search engines like Google have long been the primary method for assessing information on the web. Now it could be ChatGPT.
And
So,
it really could. I mean, people think Google was untouchable, but you know what? People thought Yahoo was
oh
untouchable.
yeah, oh yeah,
Alta
sure.
Vista were untouchable at one point, or you go back even further, AOL was untouchable.
Yeah,
Where are they all now?
yeah,
So
yeah. I never thought much of AOL, but I worked for a direct mail company that had really good data processing. They had a really good data center there. So we were directly on the web from day one. And I think Alta Vista was what we used, maybe. I remember,
oh yeah, yep. Dogpile, Alta Vista. There's a whole bunch of them.
yeah, I think we used Alta Vista, but I remember one of the data guys coming in, I still remember this clearly, and said, "Hey, there's a new search engine out there, and it doesn't have all the crap on it that Yahoo has, and it's called Google. Try it out. Let me know what you think." I still have that snapshot in my head.
Yep.
Uh,
When I worked for the government on a military base, right outside of it, and this was up near MIT and MITRE and all those big companies, was this building with a big Google on it. So, and nobody knew what it was. They're like, that's like
nobody,
I think that's one of those search engine companies, isn't it?
yeah,
So
and we liked it because it didn't have all the news stories and ads and everything. It was just a simple interface. So we moved over to it, and we thought we were cool. And we were some of the
you
first
were.
people to have Gmail accounts too. So that was neat.
That's impressive.
I still have that one, the Gmail. I wasn't the first to get Steve Sleeper though, and I mean I jumped right on it, so it's SL Sleeper. But
Hmm.
anyhow, YouTube adds new website visits goal for promotions. Um, it's in the YouTube Studios promotions feature. This goal allows creator to drive traffic directly to their website. It makes it easier for you to turn video views into website visits. And I will post this in the show notes. The only problem for me is I'm a manager of so many channels and I can't do promotions. I have to run it through the traditional interface, Google Ads interface. And of course, we always,
Can't do the promotions on YouTube, you mean, or?
now that you got to be the owner.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yeah, it's one of the things that drives me crazy. And for those who don't know, YouTube gives you a variety of different levels that you can be on a YouTube channel. You can be just a contributor, you can be, I forget what they call the different levels, manager, editor, whatever. But unless there are some things that you have to be the actual owner, creator of the channel in
Right.
order to access, which is madness. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Well, they're okay. So I work with lawyers. They're not going to take the time to run a
No,
promotion, especially when I can just kind of do the same thing over in Google Ads.
right,
It
right.
takes a little bit longer, but not much. And by the way, $20 worth of Google Ads for YouTube videos goes a long way. It's like anywhere from between a penny and 3 cents a click. And I forget how many impressions it gets, but the website gets like 200 visits off of each one. So, or
Yeah,
100 visits. It's either 100 or 200. I'm kind of getting
which
my
is
stats
pretty
mixed
good
up.
for local businesses and average sized towns, and that I mean that's a good there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Google expands YouTube first position ad availability. And Google's announced the expansion of the first position ad offering on YouTube, making it available across all content types through display and video 360. Um, the first position ads in-stream ads that appear at the beginning of YouTube videos. So I'll place that. I'll put that in the show notes as well if you want to read it.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll
Please
see what else I
stuff.
get. When I do the use the video function in Google Ads, they do run that across. I think they run that across everything but Google. I think. Could be wrong.
We love those video ads.
Well, you probably knew about this one, Google Ads video enhancement for Performance Max.
Yes.
Okay.
They've got a lot of, they're adding tools all the time. They've got some nice video tools. Well, sorry, let me change that. They're not very nice. They have some video tools in there that you can use. They're not great, but if you don't have videos, but you want to take advantage of things, it's nice to have that in there because, the average business, if I'm a small business owner, I probably don't have videos, so the fact that they have some of those tools in there to help you out is very, it's very useful for a lot of people. My question is, how effective is it? That's
the next thing the article said. Some the buyers are kind of leery of it, but because of that,
yeah. Well, you think about it. If you're basically what a lot of the stuff inside of the Performance Max does, you can bring your own videos in, which is great. Make your own videos, put them in there that it's going to do well. It's going to run these video ads and whatnot. If you don't have videos, they'll take like images and just kind of make a little slideshow. And I mean, how's that going to convert people?
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like you're just filling the space with something. And I guess it's better than nothing, but it's not super useful. So,
well, and for some of my attorneys, just to get the backlinks, what I do is simple slideshow videos, but they change every 5 seconds and it's got good copy, so
yeah,
they're okay. So I will put the links to first position availability. I'm not going to include that one. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but YouTube Studio as new website visits goals and the hidden data thing. I'll put those links in the show notes because they've got a lot of detail in them. So let's talk about, because I'm really interested in this because of what I said previously. I thought maybe that 18-foot cord would, solve some of the having to have the camera right in a guy's face, but I think maybe I'm going to have to look at wireless. So that wired microphone that you're talking about, the LV1 and all of its little cousins that they got a variety of different ones. In fact, they have ones that are directly USB-C, so you don't even have to worry about adapters and things like that. But the LV1 has one that is directly USB-C?
It's not called the LV1, but it's the exact same microphone with a USB-C end on it.
Why didn't they tell me that? I could have exchanged it.
That is a good question. Yeah, I think it's a little more expensive, but it's basically the same. And they've got a lightning version of it too, so you can get one with lightning on the end. I never bought those because you lose the versatility of plugging it into different devices.
Yeah, but all I need is just one for my Android, and I'm done. I mean, I'm not Ray the video guy,
Well, there's more microphones than you could ever possibly use.
Yeah, I know. I
did a video. Movo had a sale for one of the holidays recently. I can't remember which one, Veterans Day sale or something. And I did a video called Wall of Movo, and I piled up on my desk back here all the different Movo products. All these boxes.
Saw that video,
and they're all sitting right here. Like if we turn the camera just to 45 degrees this way, that's what I've got, is most of those sitting up here on a little shelf just piled up. And that LV1, that lapel microphone with the 18-foot wire, that was my go-to mic for everything. I used that for shooting in the studio. I used that for shooting out in the field because it's so easy to use. It's small, it's compact, and it's wired, so you don't have to worry about interference and stuff. Now, there's always I got to deal with the wires. Okay, that is a thing. There's no doubt about that. And what I ended up getting was, I got a few things. Movo had I've got a Movo wireless microphone set. Now, I don't know if you know much about wireless microphones, Steve, but the word that usually would go with a wireless microphone system would be the word expensive.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and this is, 20 years ago, you'd be spending $300-400 or a lot more for a decent wireless microphone setup. And
Right.
$300 20 years ago is more like $500 today. So you think about that, you're going to be spending $500 for a decent wireless microphone setup. And typically what it came with was a big receiver, a big transmitter,
Right.
and then you would run your mic to the transmitter. So you'd still have a wired mic that went to the transmitter, and the transmitter would be on your belt or in your pocket. And it would come with a case and everything. And I've got one sitting right over here. Movo makes a bunch of them. I've got the W Mic 70 is the one I have, but they make a whole bunch of different ones. And then they came out with one, and it was called I believe it's called the W Mic 10. And it was very similar, but instead of let me go back one more step. Sorry, guys. When we had those big, expensive microphones, they would transmit using one of two bands, VHF and UHF.
Right.
Just like TV and radio. Okay. Now, the only difference was, unlike television, UHF was the good one. That's the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Much better signal, much less interference. VHF was
Ultra.
VHF was, I want to save a few bucks by getting a slightly stinkier microphone. And the microphone was still good, but you'd get a lot more interference. You'd get a lot more breakups.
Yep.
It's just not as good for that. And then what ended up happening was they started using what used to be the old wireless telephone, the G bands. So you bought one of those Panasonic in-house wireless microphones, wireless telephones. They started to make microphones using those bands because those are really reliable. There's nobody else on them, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
And they have great range. And Movo came out with one like that, much smaller. So you had a much smaller transmitter and receiver. But it was still kind of big, just not nearly as big. And then they came out with this right here. Okay. This to me changed the game.
What is it? Give me the name. And
this one here is the WMX2. Okay. So now the name of this one is going to be inexpensive microphones. This I would not classify as an inexpensive microphone setup.
Oh.
It's about $120, which is not bad. That's not terrible, but under $100 is kind of the focus of this. But I wanted to bring this one out because this was my gold standard for this kind of microphone. These transmitters at the time were very, very small.
Yeah.
This is tiny. Now, this comes with a lapel microphone that plugs into the top of this. You plug a lapel microphone in, you put this in your pocket, and you still run a wire up to your lapel. But what made this one unique at the time, it's not as unique anymore as a lot of them that do it, is the top of the transmitter is a microphone as well.
That's right.
And so you could use this by holding it in your hand and talking into your hand as if you were holding a microphone. You can also clip it to your shirt and just use it as a microphone. Big for that. Even though it's small, it's still kind of big.
Could be
but
worse.
You can use transmitter like that if you wanted to. And a lot of people did. And it does, and it sounds really good.
You could clip it to your nostril.
You could do that. And this one that I got, this one connects directly to your smartphone. They have this one here is a USB-C version. I also have the Lightning version for iPhone, and they also make a more traditional receiver, just a little box receiver, so that you can plug that into a traditional camera, and with an adapter, you can plug it into your smartphones. So that one's a little more versatile. But I did happen to get this one because, well, they sent it to me for free anyway.
There you go. Yeah.
Just to be clear. But this became instantly the one that I used all the time. And as much as I loved wireless microphones in the past, I never trusted them. I did, but I always was, oh gosh, I hope there's nothing right. When I put a wireless mic on there, you were getting good stuff, so you didn't have to worry about a lot. When it was wireless microphones going way back 20 years ago, it was always like, oh, gee, I hope there's not static, or I hope there's not this or whatever. But this became my absolute go-to microphone. It comes in a little bag like this, so you can carry this around. Not quite fit in your pocket, but getting there. And the other cool thing about this is this box is a giant battery. So when you've got this inside here. So if I take this out, you'll see there's a little connector down there. This is a battery in here. So as soon as I put this in here, it's charging the setup. Okay. Kind of like the way AirPods, when you put your earphones back in your AirPod case, the case is a battery, but this is a very big battery. So it'll charge for a long time, and it does a great job. And it comes with a lot of accessories, wind muffs. It even, believe it or not, for the transmitter, which again, for those of you that are just listening, the transmitter is, I'm trying to compare it to something similar in size. I mean, it's smaller than a matchbox, but you actually have a wind muff that can go on the transmitter as well. You can snap it on here, and so it's got a wind muff on here as well if you're out in a windy situation. And of course, the lapel microphones, it comes with 2 lapel microphones in this particular case. And the 2 lapel microphones come with wind muffs and connectors, all that kind of stuff. Now, I will say the WRX2 comes in a different varieties. I happen to get one with 2 microphones and 2 transmitters. You can buy the one with just 1 transmitter, and now it is below $100. It's $89. Comes with the receiver for your phone and 1 microphone, which is great. However, the trend over the last, I'm going to say 6 months, but realistically over the last like 3 months, that has become really popular are these self-contained wireless microphones. Now, what I mean by that is these are lapel microphones that are a little bit bigger than a normal lapel microphone, but that microphone is the transmitter, and you still get that receiver that plugs into your phone. And these things are becoming very, very popular. And there's one company out there, I always forget the name of it. A lot of people have reviewed it. It's a little pricier. It's like $120. So I decided not to get that particular one when I was going to test these out, because I'm like, okay, a lot of people have tested that one. It's over my $100 price point. And the reason I say $100 is I want to be able to have microphones that the average person that's making videos for their business would actually spend. And I'm sorry, but even if you have a business where you make a lot of money, you don't want to spend $200 on a microphone to shoot a video 5 times a year. But if it's under $100, they'll do it, and they need to have a microphone. Well, this right here is one that I picked up recently, and this one, the entire setup is barely bigger than that one transmitter that I was just using that I love. This is the battery box case. It looks like it's the size of a big AirPods case, so it's a little longer than an AirPods case. And what it comes with in this particular one is, and for those of you watching, you can see it. For those of you listening, I'll describe it. It comes with 2 microphones, 2 wireless microphones, and 2 receivers. It comes with a USB-C and a Lightning one for your older iPhones. And again, the receiver is actually smaller than the one we looked at a minute ago. Plugs into your phone and connects with these little round, what I like to call puck microphones, because they're little, tiny,
what kind of mic?
the size, a nickel. What's that?
Oh, a puck. You said puck.
Like a hockey puck. So these things here are about the size of a nickel, and they're as thick as like a stack of nickels. But it comes with
the microphone.
This is not just the microphone. This is the microphone and the transmitter.
So how do you clip it on?
On the back, this is a magnet.
Oh.
And so you can do a couple of things. You can magnetize it to your shirt, just like so.
Oh.
But it also comes with a traditional tie clip.
Okay.
That attaches to the magnet.
Okay.
So you just magnetize the tie clip to this. Boom. And it comes with 2 of those, one for each microphone. And it also comes with, which is kind of cool, it comes with a lanyard too. So it actually comes with 2 of them, one for each mic. So you can put the microphone on a lanyard and put it around your neck and use it that way as well.
But it's not an albatross.
Not an albatross. No, this one's definitely not an albatross, because this one actually sounds pretty good.
And what's the name of it? Tell me the name of it and the price.
The name of it is whatever you find on Amazon that looks like this, because it's clearly something they're getting out of China and sticking a name on. The one that I have here is labeled as Garnaity, Garnaiity. Totally made up name. But you'll find this on Amazon under a variety of different names that you can test it with.
What's the price?
This particular one here was $79. And there's that was the cheapest one that I saw. Some of them were 85, 89. So it's in that 75 to $89 range.
Do me a favor, hold it up to the camera. And kind of tilt it a little bit so we don't want to see you, Ray. That's ugly.
Oh, we don't want to see. Okay, good.
Yeah. And, back up a little bit. It's not in focus. And then what I will do is back up a little more.
I've got pictures of it I can send you.
Yeah, send me pictures. But if worst comes to worst, I can take a screenshot of that.
Yeah. But this here could well become my go-to microphone. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest.
Because you've been lying before?
Yeah, I know. I was lying before, but no, but I don't want to overhype this one little thing. Does it sound good? Yes. Does it sound as good as, let's say, the Movo one that I showed you a minute ago? Probably not. It still sounds really good. It sounds a heck of a lot better than using the built-in one on your camera. No doubt about that. So it does sound really good. But I wouldn't quite say it's a fantastic microphone. It's really, really good. And for the size and the price, it's fantastic. So you can't go wrong. I mean, this literally the entire setup will just fit right in your pocket. You can bring it with you anytime you want. I love the lanyard that you can just put it around your neck, because if you're going to be talking to different people, you can just, put it around everybody's neck as they come along. And, the fact that it's magnetized is great. It comes with the charger, the charging case, by the way. As I said, if you're not watching this and you're listening to it, it's the size of a very wide AirPods case. And it has a battery in it that says it will hold about 35 hours of charge. So you can charge for about 35 hours of use. Now, the microphones themselves, it says 15. I haven't even come anywhere near close to trying and testing that out. I've used it for 10 minutes at a time. So, but it is very useful to be able to have this with you and be able to just pull it out and get some good sound. So I love this thing.
So the advantage is the size, right?
The real advantage is the size. The fact that it is a massive improvement over using a built-in microphone. You can stand further back. You don't have to be right in your phone just to get, okay sound. Now you can be 10, 20, 50, 100 feet away and still get really good sound. I haven't tested the distance on this yet. I believe this said somewhere over 100 feet. We'll test that. I'll go outside and test that like I've done with some of the other ones. And I have no doubt that that'll be the case, because I actually bought, I don't have it here with me. My wife has it. I actually bought a similar thing to this a while ago, but instead of these little round pucks, the microphone looked like a traditional lapel microphone, lavalier microphone, but it was just big. And that one I got I got out of China for $7.99. Did it sound better than your microphone on your camera? Yes, it did, surprisingly. And it worked from long distances, but it kind of had some issues with, certain sounds. When you said the letter S, it kind of would like.
Right.
So it did a little bit of that on the letter S. So as long as you don't say S words, you were pretty good with it. But I also have here, Steve, another one that I picked up about 3 days after I tested this one. I got this guy in as well. Now, this one here is another one imported from China. This one I actually did find on Alibaba that you can order. Anyone want to guess? You want to guess, Steve, how much I got this particular one for? This one was about $75 to $89, depending on who you get it from.
20.
$10.
Seriously?
$10. Now, I did a review of this, and I emailed out the review the other day. And while I did not think the sound quality on this was very good, sadly, I was really hoping to be surprised. When I sent out the video where I did the comparison, people seemed to say the sound was okay. They liked it. I just did a short. I was literally making a short right before we went on the air for this particular microphone. And again, the sound quality I thought was not great. It sounds a lot more muffled, but in most situations, probably still sounded better than your microphone on your camcorder, or your phone or whatever. And you can still have that distance. And for $10, can you really go wrong? I mean, it was worth the $10 just to do the test. Even if I smashed it with a hammer in the video, it would be worth the $10. But was it great? No. For $10, was it great? Yes.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, well, can't go wrong for $10.
I would. Now, this is just me. This is Steve's personal opinion. As you know, I used to work at radio stations.
Yes.
And my hearing is not what it used to be just because of those days as a roadie with the Who. But every time I tell that to people, you were a roadie with the Who? No. But
the grateful.
But my ears are still pretty good. I can tell fidelity pretty well.
Yes.
And so
you would probably hate this.
Yeah. I just hear things nobody else hears, and it's not because
you'd hear. Everybody can hear it on this, though.
Yeah, I hear things other people can't hear, and it's not because I'm schizophrenic. It's because just my ears are trained. So I'd probably go for that Movo wireless for $80 with just one mic and one transmitter.
Yeah.
However,
that to me is the best way, because what people may not understand is anytime you're using a wireless microphone, whether you can hear it or not, there is a difference between a wireless and a wired microphone. No matter what one you use, even if it's a $1,500 Sennheiser microphone, you may not hear the difference. There is a difference.
I hear the difference, and that's why I stayed with the Dom 1, and then I thought, well, let's go with the LV 1. The Dom 1, I think it's called DOM 1. It sounds wonderful. My only complaint about it is, it doesn't have a very long cord, which is kind of a pain sometimes. And I'm going to have to deal with it this weekend. I'm really kind of hoping.
Mail this one to you if you want.
I'm really kind of hoping they figure something out with the LV 1, but I may have to go wireless. I don't know what
I've totally gone wireless at this point.
Well, I'm going to. Next week, I'll talk to you and we'll figure out which one I need to order. And if it doesn't work, they'll give me my money back and I get to keep it, I guess. But,
You can send it off to one of our clients.
I just don't like using wireless mics, but I'm a fuss budget when it comes to audio.
I've gotten a lot more used to it, and I trust them a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was always scared. I came from, some people know, way back when, I came from the wedding video business.
Yeah.
And we used wireless microphones, and scared the heck out of me. You did not want to get back and find out that your audio was terrible in somebody's wedding. So
Right. And that's the thing when I'm out in the field, I can plug in, the Dom 1, the lapel wired mic. I can check the settings on my phone, and I know I'm 100%, 1,000% know it'll be fine, And so, and then I can be kind of a hand wringer so that, it just helps.
Now, a couple extra notes on this particular one here. For $10, this case, 48 hours of charging.
Oh, wow.
And I don't recall what the actual microphone is now. Another thing to note, this microphone is significantly larger than the other one. It is more about, the other one I said is about the size of a nickel. This one is easily the size of a quarter and thicker.
Okay.
It still does have the magnetic backing, and the magnet is actually much stronger too. This is a much stronger magnet, and it comes with the clips, so you can clip it to it. So the way this one works is a little bit different. Like if you want to magnetize it to your shirt, you literally take the clip with the magnet and put that on the inside of your shirt and magnetize it, or you can use it as a traditional clip. But it does have a very strong magnet, which is nice. Both of these actually have active noise cancellation as well. So they will do, noise removal. I've only tested them in here where there's not a lot of noise. So how well they do on that is something we'd have to do a specific test on in a loud area. This one only comes with USB-C, or you can buy the one that has Lightning. You don't get both. So you do have to choose which version you want. Thankfully, I didn't even notice that when I bought it. Thankfully, I bought the one that works with my phone. Because I could have just as easily bought the wrong one and not known until I got here, thinking that it would have both like the other one did. But again, the sound quality is not fantastic. I will also say both of these have on the either the USB or the Lightning, they do have a pass through here. So when you stick this into your phone, you can still plug in power. So you can be charging your phone or having it plugged in while you're using this because you're taking up your USB-C or Lightning port, but you can plug the power into this and it'll actually pass through, which is a nice feature as well. So you get that. Overall, I mean, it's tough to complain about a $10 microphone, but there you go.
This is off topic, but this is a little thumb drive for my phone.
Yep.
And it does see it. So if I get too much on my phone, I can put it on here. I just got it. Now
Nice.
I've noticed it's not a traditional USB in the back to put it on your computer. So I'm going to have to go back to Best Buy and get an adapter for that. But it's kind of cool. Look how little it is.
I mean, there's a lot of fun little things out there, I mean, especially these days. This thing at $10, I can't complain too much about it. It works. I'm not a big fan of the sound, but it does work. Is it better than your microphone on your phone? Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit better than that. And the people that watched the video I did the other day, they all thought it was a lot better than just talking into the phone because I did a test like talking to the phone, and then I used this. But and of course, you can stand 50 feet away and still sound that way. You don't have to worry about that. So, but it is a little bit bigger. It's a little bulkier, but it's a heck of a lot less expensive.
A lot cheaper.
Might be worth trying. And it'll be interesting to find out because after I did my video, I noticed that because I put the link to the Amazon for this one, and I noticed a whole bunch of people buying this one, not the $80 one, and they were buying a whole bunch of other ones with different names that were the same product basically.
So those links is that in the what is it, Main Street marketing thing or whatever you have the videos you do
it's
there?
on my YouTube videos that I did the reviews for.
Okay, whatever that's called, I forget, but
the Main Street Marketing YouTube channel.
Main Street Marketing, okay, I'll go look for it.
And so Main Street Business Strategies is technically
Main Street Business Strategies, that's right.
But yeah, so overall not bad, and again, there's so many varieties of these out here. This one, by the way, I should mention, like I said, I got it for $10. I went to Alibaba. I saw it was selling there I could get it for like $13 and $12. So it was actually less expensive on Amazon, which never happens because typically when I see this one on Amazon, it was about $35. At $35, this is an absolute why bother. Don't do it. Get the more expensive. You might as well do it at $35. When I could get it for $10, it was worth getting my hands on.
Sure. And I think for the average person, even the above average videographer, that'll be fine. I'm way overly picky, I mean.
Yeah. No, and so am I, But honestly, if this did sound fairly decent, I probably would have gone back and bought 50 of them.
Oh,
just to have them around and give them away. I mean, for $10, I can give them away to people. Because one of the things that we do with the LV1 that we talked about, which is the wired microphone, I used to buy those, and Mova would sometimes send them to me and stuff, and I would give them to clients. Oh, you're going to record a video? Here, use this microphone.
Yeah.
And so that they're not using their regular microphone. And it costs, $12 to $14, I think, when I would pick it up at the time, like sometimes on sale. And so, and like I said, they'd send them to me sometimes as well. So that was a good use of that. So at $10, if this was halfway decent, I would have bought a bunch of them so that we could just give them away. But,
I'm
test it out a few times. See if I can tweak it and make it sound better.
I may buy one just to try it, and then if it sounds good enough, I can do the same thing. But
this one, I think you'd really like the little more expensive one.
Okay.
You'd still notice it and sound, but it's not bad. And again, if you want just one microphone, that Mova one is under $100. So that one I would definitely recommend as well for somebody looking for under $100.
What do you call that thing you put around your neck? A lanyard?
A lanyard. So actually, let me show it to you. I got it right here. These are all the accessories that came with this one. So for paying the $70, the $10 one didn't come with hardly, it came with a charging cable. That was it. Oddly enough, it came with two charging cables because you can plug the charging cable directly into the microphones and charge them individually as well. So that was actually a nice feature. The fact that you could do that, because I don't know if this one allows you to do that or not.
You know, I was thinking lanyard sounds like an old man in the Appalachians.
Yeah, no.
That's
Yeah, so this
man.
one, the more expensive one, does not.
He just ignored me. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm not ignoring you. I know what you're saying. Appalachian, yeah, I get it. No, lanyard. So this is it here.
Oh, okay.
So you put your magnet in here.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
and then
pretty cool.
The microphone just attaches to
Flips
it.
in there. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very nicely.
And of course, you know, you can see it if you're on YouTube or the audio podcast. Just take my word, it's cool. It's like it's like soap on a rope, you know, with a little circle at the end of it that you put your mic in. So, all right.
And if you want to see the full review of it, you can go to the Main Street Business Strategies channel, and it does have the full video review there where I go through a lot more in it. I am going to do distance tests to make sure that it does work when we walk further and further away. But if that $7 one from China had no problems walking all the way across the parking lot till you could barely see me and still getting the same sound, these should have no issue at all. That Chinese one just didn't sound very good, but
okay,
didn't sound
well. Speaking of microphones, who has helped making this fine episode possible?
Well, making this episode possible is our good friends over at Movo, who make the microphone we talked about at the beginning right here, and this wall of boxes that I have over here as well. You want wireless microphone? They've got it. You want wired microphones? They've got it. You want shotgun microphones, studio microphones? They've got all of it there and at great prices. So all you have to do is head over to raiselinks.com/Movo, pick up your microphone right now. Do it. I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Hit the music.
A little more than $10, but it's worth it.
Hit the music.
Let's do it. Hit the music.
He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.